Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Brinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. It's very nice that Lord manifests His various features so that we can discuss and we can nourish ourselves in spiritual life. Lord's name, form, qualities, pastimes, and the divine abode, they're non-different, they're absolute. Therefore, devotees, they get opportunity to discuss all these different aspects which are absolute and associate with the Lord. Somehow or the other, since we have disassociated with the Lord, all the different negative aspects manifest, all the sufferings manifest. People might say, because of this person I'm suffering, because of that thing I'm suffering, because of this situation I'm suffering. Actually, that is not the case. The root cause of all the suffering is we have disassociated with the Lord. And what is bhakti all about? Bhakti is all about associating with the Lord through His name, form, qualities, pastimes, and His divine abode. And we are so very fortunate that Lord has infinite incarnations. And He has got His infinite pastimes. And the wonderful scriptures that He has given through which we are able to understand His glories and discuss His glories. Therefore, Krishna very beautifully He describes Machitta Madgata Prana Bodhayantaha Parasparam Kathayantascha Mam Nityam Tushyanti Cha Ramanti Cha. So when devotees come together and discuss about the Lord, two things happen. Tushyanti Cha, we are very satisfied. Ramanti Cha, we become very happy. Why so? Because at least at that point of time we are associating with the Lord. So but obvious, we will be satisfied and we will feel happy. So today we'll discuss Glories of Navadvip Dhaam. So it's a very important subject matter for our meditation, preparing our consciousness for yatra. It is described that Lord does His various pastimes. There are pastimes in the mood of Aishwarya, that is in Dwarka. So in Dwarka, Lord is a king. He's a great king, having so many palaces. To be more precise, 16,108 palaces. And He's personally present in each palace. He's Aishwarya. He's expanding Himself and going around. And there no one can go and pull His hair. Yes. If someone does that, he'll be pulled down and buried. It's Samadhi in Dwarka, for sure. There is no question. So it's Aishwarya. It's awe and reverence. Even when Sudama entered Dwarka, now Sudama is childhood friend of Krishna. But then as soon as you're seeing the glamour and glitter of that place, the opulence of that place, he was not ready to open the chipped rice he had got and offer it to Krishna. He was thinking, oh, he's such an opulent personality. He's king. How can I offer this chuda, this chipped rice, to my friend? And at that time it was more than my friend, the king of Dwarka. That is Aishwarya. In Vrindavan, Swayam Bhagavan Krishna, He manifests as Madhurya pastimes, sweet pastimes. Anyone who hears Vrindavan pastimes from the right source, from the right scripture, naturally they will feel attracted towards Vrindavan. Naturally they'll start feeling attraction towards the pastimes of the Lord, especially the childhood pastimes which are there. So in this way we see that all the sweet pastimes happen in Vrindavan, where Lord is not treated as Lord. Lord is just another personality amongst themselves as a resident of Vrindavan. And obviously for people in Vrindavan, He's darling of Vrindavan. No one is more dear than Krishna. For everyone, including all the elderly mothers who have their own kids, Krishna is more dearer to them than their own kids. Forget about own kids and their own life also. So those are sweet pastimes which are there. And the same Krishna, when He appears in Navadvip, He pastimes is Audarya pastimes, merciful pastimes. Now, In Vrindavan, we have Audarya also, we have Aishwarya also. But then Madhurya takes over Audarya and Aishwarya. Even in Dwarka, we have Madhurya and we have Audarya. But then Aishwarya takes over the two. And here we see in Navadvip, Audarya takes over the other two. Merciful nature of the Lord. So it is described all the different forms of the Lord. They shower their kripa. बहुत कृपालु है. They shower their kripa. Be it Lord Ram, be it Narsimha, be it Varaha, any incarnation of the Lord for that matter. But when it comes to Lord Chaitanya, he showers Karuna. And I was hearing this, I was like, what is this Kripa and Karuna? What's the difference? I thought they are synonyms. So Kripa basically means you ask the Lord and Lord will give. Bhagwan bahut kripalu hai. Maine manga aur wo de diye. So wonderful. Therefore I'll visit ISKCON Whitefield often. Yes. So maine manga aur wo de diye. That is Kripa. Now see, to ask, you should know what to ask. Now people in general, the materialists, when they come to the temple, they have a huge list. Dhanam dehi, putram dehi, rupavati bharya dehi, etc., etc. Dehi, which is related to deha. And that's what they ask. So in this way, we see that materially people ask a lot of things to the Lord. But the topmost spiritual thing people don't know only what is that. Max to max people know about dharma, artha, kama, moksha. They were knowing, I should say. They were knowing. Now people don't know that also. They say, हाँ कुछ सुना है dharma, artha, कुछ सुना है moksha, सुना है. But what is that? No clue. But people in the past, when they would go to the temple, they would ask for all this, dharmically. The Pancham Purushartha is Krishna Prem. And when it comes to Krishna Prem, now even devotees are clueless, what is that? What is Krishna Prem? Is it sweeter than any sweet that is made here in our kitchen? What is Krishna Prem? How does it feel to have Krishna Prem? Now, if devotees are only struggling to understand what is Krishna Prem, then where is the question of materialist understanding what is Krishna Prem? So, where is the question of they going and asking the Lord, please give me Krishna Prem? I was giving a session recently in one place, and I was describing about attaining taste for the holy name and various aspects of the Lord. And I mentioned about attraction, developing attraction and all that. Now that class was meant for all my students who were going to attend the class. But I saw that my students are outside the room and all newcomers are sitting. And when I was speaking, I was seeing a big question mark. What is Taklu speaking all about? What is attraction? What is taste all about? So people in general, they don't want to understand. They don't want to get that attraction. They don't want to develop that Krishna Prem. So if they don't know, how will they get? How will they ask? And for sure, they'll not get if they don't ask. That is Kripa. But when it comes to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he showers his Karuna. Even without asking, he gives. He gives Krishna Prem, to people who come in touch with him. In fact, devotees run behind the other forms of the Lord and they beg, I want this, I want that. And here, Gauranga Mahaprabhu runs behind the devotee, take this, take this, take this. This is Karuna. Therefore, in this way, we understand that how Lord Chaitanya is Mahavadanyaya avatar. Namo Mahavadanyaya. You are the most beneficent incarnation. Namo Mahavadanyaya. And say, Lord is asking, what am I giving? I'm a sannyasi, I don't have anything. Krishna Prema Pradayate. You award Krishna Prema, you bestow Krishna Prema. But no, Krishna Prema only Krishna can give. Krishnaya. You are Krishna. No, I am Krishna Chaitanya. Yeah, correct. Krishnaya, Krishna Chaitanya. Namne. No, but Krishna is black. I am golden. You're correct. Namne Gauratvishaya Namaha. And now you appeared in this golden form. Oh Lord, you're the most beneficent one. You're the one who distributes Krishna Prem for free to everyone, even without they asking you. See, one thing when it comes to Krishna Prem, in general, why people are not able to attain this highest, the topmost thing in spiritual life, Krishna Prem. Now scriptures talk about various aspects of Sri Radha and Krishna, their name, their form, their qualities, pastimes, their abode. So much of description is given about the holy name. And people are practicing. They read, they practice. They hear, they practice. Why is it that they don't get Krishna Prem? And the only answer is offenses. And all of us are very good at doing that. Yes. The 10 offenses, and then the 64 offenses, the 10 offenses to holy name, 64 offenses, the Seva Aprad. And every day we recite it so that we don't miss doing any of it. Yes. We number it and we remember that. Like Jagai and Madhai, they had their own way of committing sins. They had their list and they would take, okay, this I'm not supposed to do, I'll do it. Yes. Naturally, in general, when we are there in this material world, it's very natural that we will commit offenses. It's very natural that we will commit sins. When this question was asked by Yamadutas to Vishnudutas in Ajamil pastime, Yamadutas are asking who are eligible to not going back to Godhead. Who are eligible for going to hell? So Vishnudutas are asking Yamadutas that who are eligible to go to hell? And Yamadutas are saying everyone who takes birth on this planet, they are eligible to go to hell. Why? But natural, anyone who takes birth on this planet, they are bound to commit sins. They are bound to commit offenses. See, sins are still okay. They are on the gross platform. And that can be mitigated by doing some rituals here and there. But when it comes to offenses, they're very grave. They're very deep. Because it's on the spiritual platform where you pull down the spiritual personality, to the material platform. And that's an offense. Therefore, we understand that offenses are very, very difficult to overcome, and offenses destroy one's spiritual life. Therefore, when someone commits offenses, there is no question of attaining Krishna Prem. Even if one practices lifetime after lifetime after lifetime devotional service to Lord Sri Radha and Krishna, still they will not be able to attain Krishna Prem because of this reason, that is offenses. Jadi bahu janma yadi kare shravana kirtan tabu na paibe Krishna Prema Dhan. And we are talking about one life. Yes. One life going back to God. One life attaining Krishna Prem. Now just think about it. It's such a grave thing, such a difficult thing. And another very important thing is, if someone avoids the offense and he practices bhakti, what happens? In Navadvip Dham Mahatmya, Bhakti Vinod Thakur writes, Aparada shunya haya laya Krishna naam tabe jiva Krishna prema labhe aviram. So here, he's saying, Aparada shunya haya laya Krishna naam. Anyone who takes Krishna's holy name, without offenses, what happens? Tabe jiva Krishna prema labhe aviram. So that person attains Krishna prema. Quickly attains the divine love for Krishna. Now, it's a very nice thing that the problem is we are not able to attain Krishna prema. The problem is so many offenses we are committing. So where is the question of offenselessly doing? So we want some shortcuts. And here another very important thing is spoken about Vrajabhumi Shri Vrindavan. Anyanya tirthera katha rakha bhai dure aparadi daitya danda paya vrajapure. We have heard this many times from the senior devotees. We go to Vrindavan. The same place can award us Krishna Prema. But same place, okay, by the way, the same place when we go and do some bhajan, we get a lot of merit for that. But same place when we go and do offenses, we have to bear the repercussions. That will block our entire consciousness and will not be able to advance in Krishna consciousness. Therefore, here it is said that any other holy place, including Vrindavan, all the offenders who are there, they are punished very badly in Sri Vrindavan Dham. And that is needed also. It's the personal private quarters of the Lord. You go and do whatever nonsense. Why will Lord forgive? But then what to do in the age of Kali? We are natural offenders. We go to Dham, and then since we don't have the eyes anointed with love, the only thing that we will see is all kachara around. The gutter and the pigs and the donkeys and the monkeys and the dogs. And then instead of being in devotional mode, you see, in the yatra also, first day we'll have high devotional mode and high ecstasies. We go there, even if less sleep is there, 3-4 hours sleep, and then we are up, and then yes. And then second, a little bit low, and third, and fourth. And the last day, it's zero energy. Let me go back to Bangalore. Enough of Dhaam Yatra, let me go back. Abhi for next few months, Prabhuji, Yatra ke baare mein aap kuch boliye mat. I'm not interested to come. Why? It's very natural because, we are Baddha Jeev. So our energy levels, it keeps going down. Therefore, it's always said that advancement in spiritual life, the key for advancement in spiritual life is consistency. In Bhakti Vinod Thakur writes, if someone can maintain the enthusiasm, the initial enthusiasm which he gets when we start devotional service, we have a lot of enthusiasm. If you can continue that till the end, that devotee will attain success in spiritual life. So when it comes to us, naturally up-downs will happen. Offenses are very natural. Therefore, understanding the Kali Yuga beings and their qualities, this very wonderful Dhaam called Navadvip is created. And Bhakti Vinod Thakur, he very nicely describes, Shri Chaitanya avatare bada vilakshan aparada sattve jive labhe prema dham. So what is the greatest characteristic of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? And here it is said, souls attain the wealth of divine love even while they commit offenses. Even when someone commits offenses and renders devotional service to Lord Chaitanya, he's like, "Theek hai, chalo, koi baat nahi. I will give you Krishna prem." Now, when I was reading this, how can someone committing offenses can attain Krishna prem? And then Bhakti Vinod Thakur describes that with time, by Lord's mercy, offenses will go down, and then he'll get Krishna prem. So philosophy also should match. So Lord will award Krishna prem, but by rendering devotional service to Lord Chaitanya, offenses will go down, and then Lord will award Krishna prem. And what about his Dhaam? What about Navadvip Dhaam? Anya tirthe aparadhi dandera bhajana Navadvipe aparadha sadai marjana. In all the other holy places, offenses are counted, and person is punished for that. But in Navadvip Dhaam, n number of offenses committed, still that person will be forgiven, no punishment. So wonderful. So we should list down what offenses to commit and go and nicely do that. Now the question comes, how come someone gets forgiven like this? What is so great about this place? Who forgives? And here it is said, Navadvipe shata shata aparada kari anayase nitay kripaya jayatari. So this personality who is there in Navadvip, Sri Nityanand Prabhu, he is that person. It is said aparada. How much? Shata shata. Commit hundreds and hundreds of offenses. Still, here is a very merciful personality who delivers all those aparadhis easily. And this is very nice, very hope-giving. Navadvipe jabe kabu karaya gamana sarva aparada mukta hai se jana. Here it is said, anyone who visits Navadvip once, all their offenses are removed. Such a wonderful shloka which we can memorize and keep telling oneself. Because a serious devotee is the one who keeps searching, how can I advance in devotional service? And as soon as there is some statement that is given in Shastra, with full faith he follows that. And he is that personality who derives a lot of merit and a lot of benefit. The Dhaam Mahatmya is always there. But Dhaam Mahatmya comes into picture live when the devotee has faith in the Mahatmya, when the devotee has faith in the scriptures. Therefore, it is said that if someone wants to advance in devotional service, the first thing that he should have is faith, shradha. Without shradha, there is no question of advancement in Krishna consciousness. That faith, unflinching faith in scriptures is what is needed. And when someone has unflinching faith, he qualifies for the first stage of devotional service, and that is called as Adav Shraddha. Then after that, other things will come. If unflinching faith is not there in scriptures, then we have not yet started climbing the ladder only. Forget about Krishna Prem, which is at the last. Adar Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya, Anartha Nivritti, Nishtha, Ruchi, Asakti, Bhava Prema. बहुत बड़ा है एकदम. Looking up like this, where is it? What is it? So Shraddha, the first step is this. Therefore, I always keep saying that somehow by our past samskar, by our demonic tendencies, if we don't have the Shraddha, we have to pray for the same. Why do we attend, these classes? Why these discourses are needed? Why there's a charcha that is needed on Shastra? So that we understand where we lack and what we lack. And it's a very, very simple thing. Whatever we lack, we just go to the Lord and pray for that. This is what I don't have, O Lord, please help me. And it's very wonderful. One of the things that should give us Shraddha in scriptures is, all these great acaryas, they have intense faith, unflinching faith in scriptures. Now, tell me, were personalities like Bhakti Vinod Thakur ordinary? Personalities like Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, were they ordinary? When they are having unflinching faith on scriptures, who are we in between to analyze and find some illogical thing or whatever we call it as? Therefore, one of the offenses to the holy name is, fifth, to consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be an imagination. So when we read Shastra, ye kaise ho sakta hai? If someone chants the holy name has the power to nullify all the sins which the person is planning to commit. All the sins are already removed. Along with that, the sinful reactions which are still waiting for him, which he is about to commit, all those also removed. ऐसा सब नहीं हो सकता. No, I'm so sinful that even Lord cannot deliver me. So in this way, we understand that how Navadvip Mandal is so wonderful, so very amazing, that anyone who goes there, the only thing that will happen with him is he'll advance. There is no question of U-turn. It's just one way. Just going back home, back to Godhead. This is the glory of Navadvip Dham. All the other Dhams might consider some offenses, but here we have these merciful personalities who have taken an oath that whoever comes to us, we will deliver them. This is the oath. Now, when it comes to the entire Navadvip Dham, let's understand the structure. So we have the Gaur Mandal, like we have Raj Mandal, 84 course. Like that we have Gaur Mandal. I'll not get into the numbers of this, it will confuse. So Gaur Mandal, and in that we have Navadvip. Now Gaur Mandal is described as a structure of lotus having many petals. And in that we have Navadvip. Even Navadvip is described as a lotus. So lotus ke andar lotus. I don't know how it looks, but it might look very beautiful. And this lotus has got 8 petals. And in the center of that lotus there is whirl. And that whirl is the prime place. And here very beautifully, Bhakti Vinod Thakur is describing in Navadvip Dham Mahatmya. Shatadala Padmamaya Mandala Akara Madhya Bhage Navadvipa Atishobhatara. So Navadvip is looking very beautiful in this Shatakot. What is this? 100 petaled lotus. And in that we have Navadvip in between, looking very beautiful. And then it is said, Madhya Bindu Navadvipa Dhama Madhya Sthala Yoga Pita Haya Taha Chinmaya Vimala. So we have Gaur Mandal, in that we have Navadvip, in that we have Antardvip, and in Antardvip, the center of Antardvip is Yogapit. I was hearing why this is called as Yogapit. So that was the place where devotees would come to meet the Lord. Yoga means to connect. And since devotees would go to connect with the Lord, so that's Yogapit. So that Pitha where devotees would go and connect with the Lord. So Yogapit. That's very nice to understand that these different abodes of the Lord, they are not ordinary. And these abode, talking about Navadvip specifically, it is described that everything there is spiritual. Be it the trees, be it the stones, be it the sand particles, anything. It's all Chintamani. It's all spiritual. When the celestial beings, when they take darshan of Navadvip from the top, and when they see the living entities, they are not able to see dogs and hogs or whatever. They are able to see living entities with 4 hands, holding Shankha Chakra Gada Padma. That's very difficult to comprehend also. Same description I've heard about Jagannath Puri as well. It's so wonderful. And also another very important thing is that when we go to Dham, when such descriptions are there, oh, it's this Kalpataru, wish-fulfilling desire tree. And Prabhupada in his Bhagavad Gita lectures, when he describes about Chintamani Prakara, and then he says that standing under the desire trees, you can ask for kachori and you will get it. Now we'll go to test that in Navadvip. We'll stand in the kachori, gulab jamun and whatever. So the point is that we might not be able to witness this Chintamani Dham because of the defect, the cataract that is there in our eyes, the cataract of offenses, the contamination, the material contamination that is there. Therefore, it is described that only by the mercy of Nityanand Prabhu, someone can take darshan of Dham, Navadvip Dham. Same for Vrajamandal also. Arka benitai chande, karuna hoibe, samsara basana mora, kabe tuchha hoibe. Only by the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu, the material contamination will be removed. I have heard that the kick of Nityanand Prabhu is very nice, very hard. And one kick is enough to remove all the material contamination. I have heard some sincere devotees praying to the Lord, "Oh Nitai, on this auspicious day of Nityanand Trayodasi, please give me a return gift of one kick." But it is also heard that Nityanand Prabhu's lotus feet is compared to many, many moons. So maybe that kick will also be very, very nice and blissful. But only by the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu. Guru Tatva in general, the top or the Adi Guru is Nityananda Prabhu. He represents Guru Tatva. So by his mercy, all these different vasanas which are there in our heart, the contamination, the material contamination, all that is removed. See, when that thing is removed, lust is removed from the eyes, then we can actually see. We can actually see the right thing as it is. Even in this world, it is described that not that we are able to see everything that is there as it is. We always have a perverted version of whatever we see and perverted understanding of whatever we see. Therefore, it's very important that when we go to Dham, we prepare our consciousness first. We prepare our consciousness by begging and praying to the acaryas in the parampara, to Lord Nityananda Prabhu, that you please help me. You please help me to witness Dham. And obviously, when it comes to witnessing the Dham, perceiving the Dham, spiritual, we don't do it through eyes, but we do it through ears. Therefore, it's very, very important that we hear, and hear. When we hear about the glories, forget about glories of Dham or the Lord or whatever. When we hear glories of person in this material world, how much awe and reverence comes? If before we meet someone, say a great personality, or say we are going to some place, say interview or whatever, we want to know about that place. अगर कुछ question पूछे तो answer देना आना चाहिए. Or we want to know about the person whom we are meeting. So similarly, when we are going to Dham, it's very important to know the glories of Dham. It's very important to know the glories of the personalities in Dham. And therefore here in Dham Mahatmya, very beautifully, Bhakti Vinod Thakur is describing all this. It is not an ordinary place. Bhakti Vinod Thakur is shouting at the pitch of his voice. It's not an ordinary place. It is the greatest of the greatest place, the greatest spiritual place with every Gaudiya Vaishnava hankers for. Now, Gaur Mandal, Navadvip, in that we have Antardvip. In that we have Mayapur. I used to always wonder, what is this Mayapur? The city of Maya. And then I heard from some brahmacharis, actually, there are some Maya Shaktis around. So in this Navadvip Dham Mahatmya, Bhakti Vinod Thakur describes that Lord had given a very important service to Maya Shakti. And what was that? When Lord was performing his pastimes, it is not that only at that time the pastimes were manifested. There are descriptions in Shastra that pastimes of the Lord are right there from the time immemorial. But even in Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, there were devotees who were able to perceive the Lord's pastime. And even now, if someone has those divine eyes, they can perceive the Nitya Leela of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So now scriptures also describe about this. There are many, many references about Lord Chaitanya. There are many, many references about Navadvip. So all these different things are given, but still this was kept hidden. And this was the task that was given to Maya Devi, Mahamaya, that please hide the glories of my Dham, myself. And when Lord disappeared from this world, when he winded up his manifest pastimes, at that time, Maya Shakti unveiled the entire thing. So here it is said very beautifully that in the Kali Yuga, all the other dhams, they are going to become unmanifest with time. We can see, all of them will get, they'll shrink and shrink and shrink, and after some time will not be able to see. Like when it comes to Sri Vrindavan Dham, we see Jamuna. I was very shocked to know that Dwadasha Aditya Tila, which is there in Radha Madan Mohan temple, from there Lord jumped. And from there, if you see, there's nothing. The river is so far. There are roads in between. And we get to know from the descriptions that the river was so close. It was touching that place. So the place is shrinking. All the other places are disappearing. And that's what is going to happen. But when it comes to Mayapur, Maya has uncovered the place now as a service. And this entire place is becoming powerful day by day. And here, Bhakti Vinod Thakur, he mentions that how all the dhams with time becomes powerless in Kali Yuga, but when it comes to Navadvip, it emerges greatly powerful. And obviously it has to be, or else where will we offensive living entities go and take shelter of? How will we get delivered? How will we advance in spiritual life? And also another nice thing to note here, that when it comes to this particular place, it's not that it's only Navadvip and Lord Chaitanya's pastime. This is a place where all the different holy abodes reside. All the Tirtha Sthali, they are taking shelter of Navadvip. And all the holy rivers, they are taking shelter of Navadvip Dham. Ganga Yamuna Adi Tatha Sada Vidyamana Sapta Puri Prayagadi Ache Sthane Sthana. In different places in this Navadvip Dham, we find Ganga, Jamuna Adi, all the rivers. Prayag Adi, all the different holy places, they take shelter of Navadvip Dham. This is that great place. Therefore, anyone who goes to Navadvip Dham, they get the benefit of visiting all the Tirtha Sthali. Some of the glories that Bhakti Vinod Thakur is describing, which will enthuse us to go to Navadvip right at this point of time. It says, Navadvipe jabe kabu karaya mana sarva aparada mukta hai se jana. So this we already chanted. The souls who visit Navadvip Dham, all their offenses are vanquished at once. And then here it is said, Sarva tirtha brahmiya tairthika jaha paya Navadvipa smarane sei labha shastre gaya. The scriptures say that by remembering Navadvip, forget about visiting. So all the devotees are not able to visit. Just by hearing the glories, what happens? Just by hearing the glories, a person gets the benefit of visiting all the places of pilgrimage that is available on this planet. Just by hearing the glories of Navadvip. And then it is said, what happens to that person who goes to Navadvip and he takes darshan of Navadvip? What happens to them? Navadvipa darshana kare ei janam janame labhe sei Krishna prema dhana. Just by going and taking darshan of Navadvip Dham, the person attains the divine love for Krishna birth after birth. Just once when someone goes and takes darshan of Navadvip, Now, whenever we go for yatra, one of the things that we have to do, and we do normally, is we walk. Long distances we walk doing parikrama. And every dham has got this Mahatmya that what happens when you walk in Dham. And here, Navadvip Dham Mahatmya, it says, Navadvipa Bhramite se pade pade paya. Every step that you keep in Navadvip, Koti Ashwamedha Phala Sarva Shastre Gaya. So, every step that we are taking in Navadvip, we are walking, maybe we can count the steps that we have taken. Yes. So, number of steps. So, every step that we take is equivalent to doing 10 million horse sacrifices or 1 crore horse sacrifices. That is Ashwamedha Yajna. How many Ashwamedha Yajnas are needed to become Indra? That's it. That's it. Now, when IY boys come back, you have 2 options. Either you can go back home back to Godhead, or you can become Indra. Krishna will ask you, which option do you choose? Maybe we will replace Bali Maharaj also next Manvantara. So this is a very wonderful thing. And also another very nice thing that is mentioned here. Anya tirthe yogi dasha varshe labhe jaha. So yogis, they go to different places. And after years and years, decades of tapasya, they get phala. So what happens when someone goes to Navadvip? Navadvipe tina ratre sadhi payataha. So whatever those yogis get after visiting different dhams and doing tapasya for decades, just by staying 3 nights in Navadvip, devotees get the same result. Kya baat. So just by sleeping there. Yes. Very nice. When, such our acaryas, they give all these descriptions. Just imagine when the yogis who have done tapasya and they read all this. Maybe they'll commit suicide. What? I wasted my time like this. 3 nights and done. Oh. Another very nice thing is mentioned. Anya tirthe brahmagyana ei mukti haya Navadvipe bhagirathi snaneta ghataya. So it is said that the liberation is attained through knowledge of Brahman. So the same thing a person can get when someone just takes 1 dip in Ganga in Navadvip Dham. Now, devotees might not be interested to attain knowledge of Brahman and liberation and all that. But those people are hankering for that. They'll go crazy hearing this. Just by taking 1 dip in Ganga, a person gets liberation. In fact, it is described, anyone who stays in Navadvip, Mukti Devi is always around. Mukti Devi and Bhukti Devi. They are there behind the devotee. Please accept me, please accept me. And Bhakti Vinod Thakur writes, the devotee keeps kicking them. But still they keep coming again and again to the feet of the devotee. Please accept me, please accept me. Oh. Too much, no? Too much. Therefore, a lot of things are there which we can go on discussing. One final point, some technical point which I'd like to mention before I wind up. So Antardvip is there, which is the whirl of the entire lotus. So these 9 islands, they represent the angas, the 9 limbs of devotional service. So Antardvip represents Atma Nivedan. And Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he mentions that surrender is the beginning of devotional service. Sharanagati. So Sharanagati is the beginning of devotional service. With Sharanagati, other limbs of devotional service have to be performed. So Atma Nivedan is what is Antardvip representing. And then the other dvips, let's discuss about that also. Talking about Simantadvip, it represents Shravanam. And then Godrum Dvip, Kirtanam. Madhyadvip, Smaranam. Koladvip, Pada Sevanam. Ritudvip, Archanam. Janudvip, Vandanam. And then Modadrumadvip, Dasyam. And Rudradvip, Sakhyam. So you see, we have these 8 petals and we have the world in between. And all of these, they represent the different limbs of devotional service. Another very nice thing to note, that Sri Dham Vrindavan resides in Navadvip. And these different dvips, these different places have got these different pastime places of Rajmandal as well, for your information. So when it comes to Antardvip, it represents the main part, that is Gokul Mahavan or Madhuvan. So these are the place. This place represents this Gokul Mahavan, where Lord Krishna performed his various pastimes. And then when it comes to Simantadvip, I was hearing this nice description. So Kans was staying in Mathura. Yes. And Kans was Mama of Lord Krishna. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted Chand Kazi as his Mama. And on the way to Simantadvip, we have Chand Kazi Samadhi. So therefore, since Kans was staying in Mathura, Chand Kazi's place is also representing Mathura. Yes, Mathura and Talvan. So Simantadvip represent this. Now Simantadvip is also a very, very wonderful place where we have Simantini. She is sitting there. That is Maya Shakti herself, and she is chanting Gauranga's holy names. And then when it comes to Godrum Dvip, we have Sri Nandishwara, that is Nanda Bhavan in Godrum Dvip, and so many other places also. I'm just naming the main places. And then when it comes to Madhya Dvip, so here there's Pushkar, there's Kurukshetra. You see, not just Brajamandal, you have all the pastimes and places of the Lord in this Navadvip Dham. And then Koladvip, Sri Govardhan Dham, Bahulavan, Khadirvan, Dwarka, Mahaprayag, Ganga Sagar. All these different places are there. Just by going to this place, we get merit and we save money also. There's one ticket and then you take darshan of the different places. Yeah. And then in Janudvip, we have the most important place for the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, Radha Kund and Sham Kund. And then in Modudrimadvip, we have Bhadravan. And in Rudradvip, we have these different places, Bhandirvan, Kamyavan, we have Ayodhya also. And then we have Rasa Mandal, Vamshivat, all these Bilvavan, and all these different places, pastime places of the Lord. Therefore, when it comes to these, all our acaryas in the parampara, they are very eager to visit Navadvip Dham, take darshan. And when they were given services, they were there in Vrindavan. So some devotees, they settled in Vrindavan, some in Navadvip Dham. Therefore, it's very, very important thing to note that when it comes to this place, Navadvip, it was hidden obviously from all the imposters, but it was hidden from all of us also. How many of us were knowing what is Navadvip? How many of us were knowing this place Mayapur? How many of us were knowing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Like Maya Devi, she blinded all the imposters. We were also blinded. And the one who removed that was A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena. Who opened our eyes? Srila Prabhupada. Now see, by his mercy, people from all over the world, they are able to come for this Vrindavan Mayapur festival. Now in March, when we have Gaur Purnima, flood of people, literally floods of people. Srila Prabhupada instructed that I want all of you to come, and they come from all over the world. Can you imagine? Those personalities who had no clue of what is Navadvip, no clue of this place which destroys all the offenses, no clue of this place which bestows Krishna Prem. They are getting opportunity to come to Navadvip and stay there for a long, long time. There are devotees who come from abroad to do Navadvip Mandal Parikrama, which takes good number of days. They wait after that for Gaur Purnima. And if you visit Navadvip during Gaur Purnima is hardly any place. Getting rooms is difficult. People put tents and they stay there. Once I had the opportunity to be there. Huge crowd, huge crowd. Even common public also, they gather in that entire place, to take darshan of Lord Chaitanya. So can you imagine these foreigners who are used to having all luxury and everything comfortable, they are doing all these austerities, going around in different places for this Navadvip Mandal Parikrama. And then if you know some details of Navadvip Mandal Parikrama, so when they go to some place, they'll halt there at night and there'll be temporary washrooms and all that set up. And what I heard from devotees, it's very, very austere. Very austere. Can you imagine if these foreigners are coming? How fortunate these personalities are. And they're ready to take the austerity to get closer to the Lord. This is the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. And when it comes to all of us, we are so fortunate that we stay in this tract of land called Bharat. And we are so fortunate that we keep hearing about the pastimes of the Lord from Chaitanya Charitamrita. We are so fortunate that we're getting opportunity to go to Navadvip Dham. So if we are able to go there, it's only by the mercy of these personalities. Just imagine if Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur was not there, two things we would have never got. One is Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. If I'm not wrong, he took around 14 years to get one copy of Chaitanya Charitamrita. 14 years. And then when he got that original copy or some authentic copy, then he copied all that and then he had his copy. Because of him, we have Chaitanya Charitamrita. Because of him, we have the place called Yogapeeth, that is the appearance place of our Lord Gauranga. Can you imagine what these acaryas have done for all of us? Aisa nahi ki now we go to Navadvip and then we divide ourselves, we go in that direction, we'll go in this direction. Let's search where is Yogapeeth. We're not going to do that. Yes. We know which place is where, and we go take darshan, do some kirtan, dance, and then come back and sleep. Yes, have nice prasad and take rest. But look at these acaryas, what they have done. Personalities like Gaur Kishodas Babaji Maharaj. He was in Vrindavan, and as soon as he heard that Navadvip, this Yogapeeth is revived, he shifted from that place to Navadvip Dham and he stayed there till his last breath. And it is described, he would stay in one place and from there almost very regularly, very frequently he'll go and visit Yogapeeth. And we will not know maybe the importance of the Yogapeeth, but these acaryas know very well. Srila Prabhupada, he was sitting in a very posh place in somewhere in Europe. And then he's saying that we are sitting in a remote place of the world. The center of the world is Mayapur. And those people might be thinking, remote place? This is developed country. What is remote here? Isn't it a remote place? The center of the world is Mayapur. And Srila Prabhupada's mercy is this, that he went around and he gave this Mayapur Dham. He pulled people to Mayapur Dham. Therefore, it is said that Srila Prabhupada is that personality who distributed dhams to everyone, especially three: Vrindavan, Mayapur, and Jagannath Puri. You see? So, in this way, when we are entering Dham, one thing is very clear: it's only and only and only by the mercy of these acaryas. There is no question of we entering Dham just like that. No question. Just by taking a ticket. Getting the ticket confirmed doesn't mean that yes, I'll go and I'll enter. It's by their mercy. And all those fortunate souls who have the mercy of the acaryas and the mercy of the devotees, they are the ones who get the entrance in Navadvip Dham. Therefore, one thing which we always do when we enter Dham is we remember all these acaryas in the line. We chant their pranam mantras and then by taking their blessings, by their permission, we enter Dham. And when we enter Dham, we beg and pray to them again and again that you please reveal to me the glories of this place and help me not commit any offenses. Obviously now Navadvip Dham, offenses are not counted. That doesn't mean that we'll do whatever we want. It is very clear that the Dham says that, okay, no offenses. But a devotee is also very clear, I don't want to commit any offense. They are not carefree or careless. They are very, very careful, when it comes to this. Therefore, in this way, there are a lot of things that we can go on discussing about Navadvip Dham and about every island of Navadvip. But this makes it very clear that how glorious this place is. And it's a great benediction for people in the age of Kali. We have 3 benedictions then. We have the holy name, we have the king of the Kali, that is Kali Yuga, that is Gauranga Mahaprabhu, and the place, the abode in the age of Kali, that is Navadvip Dham. So we have these 3. The only thing that we have to do is embrace these 3 and advance in devotional service. And as we discussed, that these entities, these personalities, divine personalities will help us to attain that ultimate goal, that is Krishna Prem, which is very difficult to attain even by great personalities like Brahma. Thank you very much. Shri Navadvip Dham ki, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki.